In my previous videos about the ongoing story of the California wildfires, I shared information about trains coming from Wyoming to California, carrying 60,000 pounds of a chemical called ammonium nitrate. This substance can be used as both a fertilizer and an explosive. This situation became concerning because they mysteriously disappeared once these trains arrived in Saltdale, California, approximately 90 miles from Los Angeles. The federal government has been unable to recover these dangerous chemicals. Yet, they have stated that these chemicals do not pose a terroristic threat to the public in California. Could this be why California residents are witnessing explosions occurring in Los Angeles?
Just drove to Altadena and just happened upon this block, got out, and I imagine it is like that. And you hear these explosions. There was an explosion that I caught. I put it on Instagram about 20 minutes ago from a house right down there. So you hear these steady booms off in the distance or sometimes uncomfortably close. But look.
Okay, I think we're good there. Oh my God, did you guys hear that? You see what I'm talking about? About these like random ass explosions and Did you guys hear that? Holy crap.
Some may suggest that these explosions could be caused by transformers blowing up due to fires, or gasoline igniting at gas stations with underground gas lines throughout Los Angeles. I'm sure this did happen, but millions of people believe this is not the initial cause of these explosions. Even the Los Angeles Fire Department has a different perspective on this issue, especially once they discovered hidden facilities underground housing thousands of lithium batteries that could cause warlike explosions if ignited.
With the hazmat, we have found a underground lithium battery storage plant for bicycle batteries that has posed a huge hazard in that area. We are working with the hazmat teams to keep that contained. So a lot of that is just very dangerous. As you just heard, the air quality in some of that area is still very, very high and dangerous.
Wait. So let's consider why companies would house lithium batteries underground, given that California suffers from wildfires that could cause even more explosions and damage. California's government will be the only one who could approve these companies storing highly explosive items underground, because even they have an underground facility to escape to. Many people may not be aware of the underground tunnels beneath the streets of Los Angeles, California. Although 91 tunnels are reportedly abandoned, many believe some are still used for various purposes. For instance, specific tunnels connect various government buildings beneath the Los Angeles Civic Center. These tunnels are said to have been used for administrative purposes, allowing city and county employees to move between buildings without ever going above ground. Another notable example is the Hollywood tunnels, located just beneath busy Hollywood Boulevard. Celebrities use these tunnels to travel between theaters and studios without being seen by fans or paparazzi. Other underground tunnels are scattered throughout Los Angeles, particularly in the Bunker Hill area. These are rumored to have served as escape routes for government officials and the city's elite, who once owned private underground garages connected to them. And to refresh your memory, and some of you may not have known about this, before it was demolished in 1990 to cover up any evidence of wrongdoing, the children of the McMartin Preschool of Los Angeles, California, were allegedly subjected to horrific various forms of abuse in various locations underneath the facility. There were reported secret rooms throughout underground tunnels below the building, and I cannot share more details than that due to the sensitivity of this case that has since been closed for obvious reasons. Still, this former government agent investigated this matter, and I'll play some of his discoveries right now.
Arrested, by the way. We found a 9-foot wide subterranean entrance under the west wall of dog room. There were 4 classrooms. That was Ray Bucky's room. By the way, Virginia McMartin and Ray Bucky were tried. Virginia, the grandmother, was acquitted. Ray had a hung jury. And we found these tunnels in the middle of the second trial of Ray Bucky. They could have been used to convict him. We called the prosecutor. He sent his investigator out, Mr. Perez. Mr. Perez told me, I don't want you entering in my conversation with the archaeologist. I said, why? He says, you're too argumentative. And I said, well, okay, you go in and talk. I'll just keep my mouth shut. We went in, he talked, and he argued with the archaeologist. Here's an investigator not qualified to talk about tunnels. He said, there aren't any tunnels there, and the archaeologist, of course, argued. But anyway, they didn't use that evidence, strong evidence, in the second trial. They ignored it right in the middle of the second trial. I might mention this. The children identified professional football players, professional baseball players, household name actors, actresses, and the son of the leading politician, not a leading politician, the leading politician in Los Angeles as being perpetrators.
Now, that should sound familiar to all of you because of what Sean Combs is accused of doing. Doesn't it seem like more people should be in jail than just him? What if California's government burned parts of LA to bury evidence of others involved? Because, and I'm gonna slow this down, if you look closely, you might find that the rabbit hole goes much deeper than one may assume. Keep in mind that this is the same government that is currently blaming the winds for the cause of these wildfires during the winter, when temperatures are nowhere near hazardous to potential wildfire risk. Oh, wait a minute. They will blame it on climate change as if California doesn't spend millions of dollars a year on cloud seeding, which is a glorified way of saying weather manipulation. For example, the Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority is just one of many companies that California's government pays millions of dollars annually to allegedly increase its water supply through weather manipulation. But didn't they admit that they had no water in their reserves?
We ran out of water in the first tank at about 4:45 p.m. yesterday. We ran out of water in the second tank about 8:30 p.m. and the third tank about 3 a.m. this morning.
The LA Times is reporting a reservoir in the Palisades that holds 117 million gallons of water was offline this month for previously scheduled maintenance. It was empty when the Palisades fire exploded. This news is coming as Mayor Bass faced fierce criticism for being MIA as the fires broke out. Her deputy mayor, nowhere to be found either. Brian Williams was placed on leave for allegedly making a bomb threat against City Hall. On top of that, there are rumors of a feud between the Los Angeles Fire Department and Mayor's office after Chief Kristen Crowley said that the city let her agency down.
The Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority began cloud seeding in California in November 2023 and is scheduled to continue until April 2027. This is also why California residents' skies used to look like this in 2022, but now they look like this in 2025. I won't bore you with the science behind this particular weather manipulation, which has been ongoing for well over 70 years now. However, I will say that this is why planes are in the skies more often than usual, spraying chemicals such as chaff, which is thin strips of aluminum, metallized glass fiber, and plastic. They also spray other chemicals like potassium iodide, liquid propane, and silver iodide mixed with acetone. These chemicals fall on grass, gardens, farms, water facilities, and food facilities across America. Oh, and also your skin. Many government officials claim that these chemicals are non-toxic, despite the lack of peer-reviewed studies about their short and long-term effects on humans. Could this also be another reason why these California wildfires started, in which California's government is still to blame? Oh, I'm not finished yet. I'm just making sure that you can see everything one at a time, just in case, because everything is not a conspiracy, but not everything happens out of pure coincidence either.
It's the photo that's become a symbol of hope amid LA's devastating wildfires. This Malibu neighborhood was just about entirely wiped out, yet amid the rubble, a lone bright blue Volkswagen van from the 1970s somehow remains virtually untouched. The van belongs to surfboard designer Megan Weintraub, who was surfing with friends in Malibu just before the fire laid waste to the county. Megan parked the 1977 VW Type 2 van on the side of the road, little realizing the horror that was about to hit. Look at the photo. Nearly everything is reduced to rubble, except for that disco-era van.
I'm just here to make you think.
Yeah, DNA. Yeah,
It's Dane Calloway. OCO, Freethinkers.